Hi guys, today's recipe is so fast, you're gonna blink and it's gonna be over. It's broiled asparagus and salmon with a sort of, I don't know, what would you call it? A lemony, soy-y, sesame-y sauce. I'm starting with my asparagus because it takes a little bit longer to cook than the salmon. And I'm just going ahead and cutting off the tough parts because I just know where the toughness ends. But if you want to find out, you can lift up one piece of asparagus, break it off, and that's how you know where to cut. Add all the asparagus. You're going to want to leave a little bit of room for the salmon, but that comes later, so don't worry about it. Cut one lemon into wedges, and they're going to get broiled also with the asparagus and the salmon. It just tastes good. The broiling of the lemon gives a really nice flavor, and then you can squeeze it over the salmon at the end. Now make your sauce. You need 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, their handy dandy lemon squeezer, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. I'm using regular. You could use low sodium if you so desire. But why bother? Just kidding. I know you need to be low sodium. 1 teaspoon of toasted sesame oil. This adds flavor. It's not just for the oil factor, but toasted sesame oil is a really, really delicious flavor. And then stir those together. Stir together your teeny tiny sauce and drizzle half of it over your asparagus. And then just toss the asparagus so they're sort of lightly covered with the sauce, and then throw them in the broiler for about 3 minutes before you add your salmon. The asparagus takes a little longer to cook than the salmon. Because this dish is so fast, there's only one side dish that you could possibly serve with it that's gonna cook fast enough. That's couscous, because it doesn't even cook. It sits for 5 minutes and it's done. So I have a cup of couscous. I'm adding it to 1 1/4 cups of boiling water. You know the drill. A little bit of salt. And then, looks like it needs to be stirred up a little bit. Make sure it's all covered in water. Turn off the heat. Let it sit for 5 minutes. Insta side dish. The asparagus needs to cook for 3 minutes, then the salmon's gonna go on. While I was talking, 3 minutes have passed. Big mouth. Asparagus is already starting to brown. At this point, you want to move the asparagus out of the way, sort of make room for your salmon. You have 4 salmon fillets. You can turn the asparagus over too, so that it cooks a little bit more evenly. And then add your salmon into the center of the tray. I have 4 salmon fillets. 5 to 6 ounces is good, maybe about 1 inch thick to cook with the asparagus. You can season it with a little bit of salt. I mean, you don't have to, you have the soy sauce, but they season slightly differently. And then drizzle with a little bit of the sauce. You can save a little bit of sauce to drizzle on at the very end if you'd like. That's what I like to do, a little fresh at the end. And then they go back into the broiler for another 6 minutes. You might want to turn your asparagus once more during cooking. You should give it a check. Ta-da! Yay, dinner! Give yourself a little bit of couscous. You're gonna want to fluff the couscous after 5 minutes. It's completely cooked and ready to go. Spoon up some couscous. Leftover rice works really well too, so if you don't even want to make couscous and you have some rice in your fridge, do that. I did that the other day. Little piece of salmon, handy dandy fish spat, some asparagus. If you're huge asparagus lovers, you might want to make 2 pounds of asparagus because it doesn't go that far if you eat tons of it, obviously. Drizzle a little bit more sauce or brush a little bit more sauce over your salmon and your asparagus. Serve some of that broiled lemon on the side for squeezing, adds great flavor. I guarantee this will not take more than 25 minutes tops, start to finish, full meal. You're welcome. Insta dinner. Oh, gonna eat some asparagus, oh, so good.